YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host TKK and we are back with another video. Guys, tonight we're going to be looking at a comparison with what you see in front of you guys. On the left, we got the 55-inch Samsung S95B, and on the right, we've got the Sony A95K and 65-inch. Now guys, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Before I had started to film this content, I created this overlay just to try to clean things up. And so here I'm telling you to turn your screen brightness up on your display. Many of you might be watching the content on your cell phone. And I said, set the resolution to 4K, but it's no big deal because what I'm going to do is just render it in 1080p just so that the file isn't so big. So again, not that big a deal, but definitely set your brightness up. Let me know if there's certain things that you guys would like for me to test. But honestly, I'm looking for some constructive criticism as to how this setup looks. For me, what we got going on right here is two separate cameras running simultaneously at one time with the capture running at the same exact time, guys. So getting you guys a comparison, gonna be having some talking points and just kind of looking at some video games, going over some different things. And we're going to be making more content like this. And then going forward, as we increase the equipment of quality on the channel, we will have even better content. So I'm gonna roll the intro and we'll be right back. Good old Ninja Scroll, man. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel, man. Listen, show any kind of support you guys want to show support. Any way you want to do it, we got the thanks button there. We got the like button, leave the comment, share, all of that. Let's have some conversation. So, all right, so as I said, welcome back to the channel, guys. So if you haven't seen this movie, I don't know what you've been watching, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not the largest fan of anime. This is Ninja Scroll, film that was created, put out, at least in the United States, to be visible in the 90s. This is the first anime that I've seen outside of like the Street Fighter content. I watched Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT all when it first came out. Like I'm talking about, I was pretty much up on that stuff like back in the day. We had the VHS dubs. There was a place called Gibraltar Trade Center in Detroit metro area where, you know, you had some people selling stuff, and some of the content that was sold were VHS of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and GT. And Ninja Scroll, as I said, was something that me and one of my best friends growing up in Detroit, we kind of seen it probably before we were supposed to. But man, listen, I grew up very young. Ashamed of that, I am not, but it is what it is. But this is a great film. So while I have not been caught up on a lot of the other anime, this is something that I, go back to every now and again. And it's a great flick. So if you haven't checked it out, please do so. Very entertaining, not for small children. But to my point, I had a subscriber that asked me what I thought about anime, because a lot of the content that I do on these two TVs is going to be real content, which is going to be gaming. Now, the A95K is my bedroom TV. And on the right, as you can see, I have a camera set where it's like center mass, sweet spot. Whereas to the S95B is my bedroom gaming TV. It's connected to a gaming PC at all times. And right now, the graphics card on this gaming PC is able to run a HDMI signal. The source that we are using is internet. It is Plex. This is my server that's in my household. And this content is shot, or at least it's being broadcast in 1080p. It's a steal, obviously, because, if I play the content, you guys already know how it goes. With a smaller channel, I want to make sure I don't have any strikes or any dings or anything to prohibit me from growing. But I just want to be able to use this still as a talking point when we talk about color. So here we are looking at Vegeta training. This is episode 2, right? I mean, I like the punchy, bright pop in that color on the Samsung, but to me, that's Sony. I just like it. In fact, I'm looking at my screen as I'm capturing this just to kind of see what I personally think about the two. And I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think at this point? To me, I really like the way that Sony looks. I really do. It's just that shade of color with Vegeta is just everything in my personal opinion. I don't know. So again, I was asked about anime, so I kind of wanted to open this up before I went to some gaming stuff to really talk about my thoughts on anime. They both look really good, man. You know, I love them. I don't think you can go wrong with either of the two. And obviously you can set them to look similarly. As I've said before, you can't make them look exactly the same, but you know, they both shine in ways that one will look better than the other. And you really wouldn't want the other to look like the first one, right? That's my opinion though. All right, so we're looking at my desktop right now. So let's just take a minute just to have a brief conversation about, you know, these two televisions from the gaming space. And no, I don't have them exactly aligned. I'll be getting another tripod, and this first run right here is just kind of a test for this. So let me know how this goes. I really want some engagement with this. This is going to be the money upload, so no comments. I want the engagement to be within this. I had a conversation via YouTube with the comment section with one person. I seen the comment, it was made that the S95B was just so much better for gaming. And it really caught my attention because this person, you know, was talking about from like a fighting game perspective. I don't know that person's credentials, nor would I even just really be concerned about that, because it is what it is. You know, we're all eligible to have an opinion. And so I just want to offer the rebuttal to the one person that said that, you know, it was just day and night. That's a lie. Now, I don't know. He said that, or this person said that they had the opportunity to play on both of these TVs with like old school games. So let me just be honest with you. Most people that play fighting games would not be looking at either of these displays. I'm going to say that again. Most people that play fighting games would not be looking at neither of these displays, not the one on the left, not the one on the right. In fact, the majority of your people that are going to play fighting games at a competitive level, or even games at a competitive level, they're going to be looking at monitors. We are just now, we're talking about as of 2019 with the LG lineup, the C9, getting to a place where these larger displays can really offer us a much better offering when it comes down to features like G-Sync compatibility and so forth. So this person was saying something about like how G-Sync works better on the Samsung than it does on the Sony. And it's like, when I see these kind of things, like, I'm not going to act like I'm the gatekeeper of gaming for TVs or nothing like that, but I'm going to be honest with you. I am so invested in this that I feel like I am probably one of the best people on here to really represent that, right? All of us can do research, you know, but I have so much experience with actually using these displays for extremely long time with the type of equipment that I regularly buy on them. I just disagree. Now, for the piece of the input latency, yes, it is lower on the S95B, but it is not within a margin where, you know, such a great margin where it's just like, you know, it's night and day. It's just not the case. It is not the case. The S95B is a great representation of gaming. It is not just for Sony consoles, not just for consoles. It is something you can utilize for PC gaming. You do get the 120 hertz refresh rate. Everything is going to look good. But the Samsung is the better of the two. Because it's the better, I'm telling you guys that, like, that's why I have it as a gaming TV. And on the flip side, I've even seen people go as far as to telling me that I shouldn't call it a gaming TV because it can do so much more, you know. But I just wanted to offer that as a talking point before I went into some actual gameplay. All right, and speaking of games, got 5K running here. Some Capcom versus SNK2 on the Naomi. We utilize this to kind of bring this video to a close. Yeah, man. You know, if you guys play Fightcade, this is an awesome system. I'm kind of new to it myself, but arcade-based platform. I'm playing with an Xbox D-pad. Of course, the computer. He's a little stupid until you get to a higher level, but I can look at either of these two TVs and, you know, have just an enjoyable experience playing something even so old school. And picture quality looks good on both of them. Yeah. First round I played on the Sony, second round on the Samsung. The boys, they feel adequately the same. Like, you know, it's just. Now they're both in game mode, obviously. I would not be playing with. Ooh. I would not be playing with my Sony. Well, my Sony wouldn't be set to the type of look that it has right now. In my opinion, the Sony looks, for me, you know, it looks good, but it doesn't look the way that I would want it to look. You know, I got the live color on, and I've got some tweaked out gaming settings to it to just make it, you know, punch for the sake of the video. But I mean, if I'm playing a video game, this is how I want it to look. And I do like, to me, the colors look more deep, but the colors pop more on the Samsung, in my opinion. Again, like, you know, I don't know how the camera's gonna orchestrate and pull this all together, but I am playing with the live color on the Sony on the right, and then the Samsung, just like I said earlier, it kind of does its own thing. Let me know what you guys think about this, though. You know, we'll get some more content created around these two amazing TVs, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace, God bless, and as I always say, max love. Bam, we out.